Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad. Queen Jolene's on the camera. Fina's the dog, and we're on air. I do that every day, don't I? But we just want to welcome you back because we appreciate you coming back and everybody watching it and taking notice. I have to give hats off to the people that noticed, or if they noticed, the square stock was the wrong piece. When I got measuring the box, I got measuring, I was like, what's going on? What's going on? In the end, I found out that I picked up the wrong piece of square stock. I welded in the right piece of square stock now, so now I'm back at her. What is going on here now is I just got some square stock laying on the top rails. I've got it leveled up in the front. I bring the level to the back, and I got the level in the back. And basically, the reason I want to do that is because I want the box level. If I start welding this thing all up crooked, it's pretty hard to say, oh, you're going to bolt it down and make it come straight. Once it's all welded up, it's quite a strong machine, you know. Once you got something all welded up, you're pretty well not going to pry it down or get it back in place. So I've got the box leveled up. I'm not saying that the truck is all leveled up and anything like that, but I got the box leveled up. So when I go to put the box on the truck, I can get it where I need it by shimming it up and that sort of stuff. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm at the point where I want to put the floor in the truck, or the skeleton of the floor. So what I've got going on here, I got her back in shape. I got her sitting down on the front. I'm going to figure out where the floor is, and I said the floor is going to be the highest part of the frame. That's what I'm going to do. So as I take a tape measure, I'm finding out that it's 12 and a half, a foot and a half to the top of that line. So basically what it's telling me, this is inch stock, which I kept it easy. I didn't go 3/4 inch. The inch square stock at 1/8 wall is quite a bit stronger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a piece of 1/8 stock all the way down to the front of the bed on the side of the truck. And that way there I can have something to weld to make cross members. So the very first thing I'm going to do to make it easy on myself is what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to mark 11 and a half from here to there, there to there, and then I can put a cross member in at 49, or put a cross member at 49. That'll give me the piece so I can put on the back side, and then I'll run a piece from this square stock from the front to that cross member, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, I'm going to cut a piece right the very second here. I am actually going to, let's do this. A marker. I didn't even get a marker yet this morning. What's wrong with me? All right, let's get moving here. We're going to make the bed of the floor of the truck, the floor. I'm over a little side, one side than the other. Just running that up to the front there, running that there, and I'm going to mark it. Looks about right. Looks close. All right, let's cut this off. What I want to do is I've got my square stock cut at 8 feet. When I cut at 49 inches long, I'm an inch short, or 2 inches short, because it turns the other two pieces into 47. Just a minute now. They might work for cross members. Once I put an inch in there and an inch in there, they might work perfect. I want to close the ends off back here. I do not want the end open, so I'm doing the right thing. I want this square stock here to come up. You have to generally think about everything, sort of. I don't have to have it squared up, but when I run the square stock back, if I bring it all the way back, I will be closing it off because I'll have a sheet of metal on the front of it. Yes, I will. No, let's just cut one. No, I want to cut 149. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to put another 49 across here, and then we'll go from there. 47. So an inch and an inch. These are 47. Just trying to figure something new here. I don't want to waste anything. So that's a little shy of 47. I must have cut that. 47. So if we put an inch on either side, that'd be 49. That'd be a cross member. So I'm just going to do it. Let's do this. 49. Keep an eye on me. I don't grab the wrong piece. I should not. I don't think. So the box will be its own entity. It's its own entity right now. Quite a word for me to use. It's its own thing right now. But when I get the cross members in it and get the floor skeleton put in it, it's really I'm gonna be able to pick it up and take it off. Right now, you're still be able to move it. I got the cross measurement done, so it's square. Now I gotta find that again. Where'd that take off to? I think I see it, but I'm not gonna cut it just in case. Beautiful. All right, let's measure down. Let's get this out of the way. I'm going to measure down 11 and a half. I'm going to use the 2-inch. No, I better. See the line better? The 2-inch line. So I could take 2 inches, 11 and a half. That'd be a foot and a half. 13 and a half is my magic number now. Just want to use the line on the hard to. Okay, I'm gonna say that's it. And check this. Good. 5 3/4. 5 3/4. I am going to. It'd be nice just to cut a piece to hold that up. And what I mean by that is just cut myself a piece of. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut a piece of square stock to hold that up. And it's 5 3/4. I don't know if I want to cut this or. Damn it! Let's do it. I'm just going to cut a piece of this square stock to hold this edge up. Now. I have to think here for a second. Is the metal going on top of that or underneath that? I can hold it. I think I can. I was going to cut a little lag to hold the other end up for myself, but what? I think I'm just going to hold it and weld it. I think I can hold it and weld it. We're going on the. Yeah, that fits so nice I can hold it and weld it. Sure I can. That's right, it was 12 and a half. I gotta check that again. My brain's not that quick when it comes to tape measure. It was 12 and a half, so this mark from the top should be 11 and a half. And it is. So that's 11.5. Underneath this will give it 12.5. Right on. We're cooking with gas now. Cooking with gas now. Just want it in a little bit because I'm going to face it with metal, remember? That turned on me a little bit. That's how it goes. That better. Didn't kick away on me. Thank you, sweetheart. My sweetheart was holding the other end. What a darling. I'm gonna get it tacked in place. Five 3/4, 4 3/4. Couldn't ask any better than that. Tack it again. I've got a little bit inside, so when I plate that like that, my 14 gauge can lay in there flush. Happy, happy, happy. Just gonna zap that along there because it's fitting right. Alrighty, that's all I'm going to do for that for now, and the reason being is I'm bringing this square stock up to here, and it probably wouldn't fit good if I weld that on. I can cut the edge of it off. Probably that's what I should do. Let's weld the underneath of it because it's going to stay. I got the air right here, just want to blow that off a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get any warpage because we got this piece going down here and we got this piece over here holding everything tight and right. I just want to put a layer of air on it, cool it down a little bit. And the reason I do that, because once I warp it, you know, then you got to work to try to get it back. I just like to put a little air on it. Only takes a second. I'm going to go up in front, measure down, and I think I'm going to do the exact same thing. I think it would be easier that way to run the piece across and then run the piece lengthways. That's what I'm thinking. And I think what I'm going to also do is I'm going to run some weld down this edge. You must think about it though, when I run that square stock in there, that weld right down, going down through here, is not going to sit well with the piece coming along. So when I get that going there, I'm going to have to 45 that edge so it goes by the weld. So I am going to weld it. The reason being, I just think more strength. Blow that off a little bit. Cool it down. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. piece of weld there I want to finish. Huh? That's okay. She didn't hurt herself. That's all. Shouldn't have that sitting there anyways. I'm gonna move that right now. Lucky you didn't hurt yourself, Fiend Bean. Lucky you didn't hurt yourself. I'm fixing the truck, so I might as well be able to fix the fender, right? Huh? Nothing to it? Nothing to it. Be careful, Fiend Bean. It's a hard spot sometimes for a dog inside of a garage. Alrighty, I'm going to leave that be for a minute. I'm going to make another piece at 49, and we're going to run it across the front. So I'll shut this off for a minute. Get another piece cut at 49. Look at that, I got a piece right here. You know, you talk about building cars and that sort of stuff, and I try to keep it as reasonable as possible. But when you start buying metal, the reasonable goes out of it because you need the metal to build things. I make sure that I use everything that I have. Like I got doors cut out to make the back of the truck. I could have bought new metal. I use metal that I've left outdoors. But you really have to be frugal in that situation. It's really, like Jimbo said, bring that Oldsmobile over so I can use the metal out of it. If it comes down to it, I will cut that car up and use every bit of metal out of that car to get where I'm going or to get what I need to get done in my brain, you know. So when you're building your car, you know, be careful. Once the price starts going up so high, it's not fun anymore. And I know this because I've had customers. It's not fun anymore. And it's not just one thing that's going up, it's everything. I need to take this. I'm going to take all three. I'll probably have to jump back out again. I'm going to need a step stool. Take the crotch out of me. All right, we're just going to measure down, do the exact same thing we did in the back. What's this, sweetheart? We all got to do that once in a while, have me, baby? Huh? We all got to do that once in a while. I'm just starting on the line on the 2 inch because sometimes it's hard to read on this little gadget that's on the end there. That's all I'm doing it for. Just have to remember to multiply and subtract. You know, that's all. I wasn't too bad at math in school, but English I didn't do so well. It's kind of couldn't keep my brain there long enough to read something and pay attention, if you know what I'm trying to say. It's hard for me to read something and keep it in my brain. But I sure can think about cars and trucks. Cars and trucks. So we're below what we got going on here. That fits in there so lovey-dovey all the time. Awesome. Awesome. Jane has kicked in the welder for me. She's my lovely assistant. She's my lovely assistant. She's gonna pass me a helmet. Ooh, I love her all the time. I don't know what time she woke up this morning, but she looked like a 10 handing me a coffee. because I was tired last night. I want to pull that out of there. I've been I got on the scale yesterday, and I've noticed that Chetty has been putting something on his rear, and I'm getting a little bit heavier. So I decided that I better, you know, I got that will to work out a little bit, so that's maybe what tired me out. I punched the bag for a bit and did a few push-ups and got myself tired out and got to bed. But I think I'm going to go for that, try to look after yourself. I'm at the age where if you do not look after yourself, you're probably misinforming yourself. But I did a little workout last night, which felt really nice. And the reason I say it felt nice is because I slept good. Probably wouldn't have liked to tacked it in there where I tacked it, because you know why? Where I tacked it would be a hard place to cut that off if I wanted to cut it off. Ugh, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. You can see that the back of this has to be pried into that. I'm at the mark there. I'm on, that's right, I'm doing it right. Doing it right on the wrong side of town. All right, I'm on the line there. I'm on the line there. I need something in here to come up through to pluck that together to make that tight and right. Does it matter? I don't think it's going to matter until I can get the box off, because this is tight here in the corner. This is tight here in this corner. I'm saying that I can put a pair of clamps up in here on this back side and get this tight after I get it rocking and rolling. So I'm just going to throw some more weld on this back piece where I've got it. I'm saying that it's right. It's on the line. Looks like it's on the line. Looks like it's on the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it. I'm going to weld it. This is the point where I'm welding it like that. This is the point where you want to make sure that you're sure of yourself, because you sure can get in a mess. If I'm welding that on there and I want to get that off, I would make a mess cutting that off. Just cooling it down. I think it's the right thing to do to cool it down a little bit. I'm going to just weld the top of the corner now. Yeah, if I was not sure, I'd make a mess of cutting that off. And I don't want to do that. One thing I wish I would have done, and I did not do as I was doing this, why is that being so hard to... I hooked on something, hooked on the jack stand, aren't I? I can get it. Got it? Good. I am cutting this metal and putting it in there, but for 1 second, I should have eyed it up, looked down the barrel of the gun, and seen if it was nice and straight or not, because, you know, obviously it's metal, it can bend. If I'm welding that in there and not checking and seeing if it's bent or not, well then you're playing with fire when it comes to that sort of stuff, because it can be not to your desire. It could be bent and giving you a wrong read. I'm going to take the helmet off. Alrighty, let's put that right there for a second. Got your tape measure. Sometimes the glasses are good, sometimes they're not. I'm hoping that metal was straight. I didn't look at it, and I should have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this, because if I get it in there on that 67 and a half. Perfect. So I'm going to do a 62 of them, 67 and a half. And then I'm going to, we'll show you actually. We'll do it, we'll show you at the exact same time. 67 and a half. We need 2 of them. $67 and a half. Not happy with a little flake of rust going on there. You're really not going to get anything down in between them anyways. Just gonna go with it. Just gonna go. I just want to walk down there twice, that's all. Right? Jolene's looking amazing this morning, as always. As always. 67 and a half. I won't mistake this one, will I? We need another 67 and a half. We need 2 of them. Now, when I'm talking about laying them in there and coming up against this square stock here, I've got weld on this piece going across here. I've got weld in that corner. So that is going to affect this. So I'm just going to cut the edge of that corner off. Just going to do this. Hopefully that helps me. Does not hinder me. I'm gonna have to make sure I cut the right end. It's 45. Ooh, that fits so nice. That now, would you? All right. Gonna put that in there. Let's turn the welder on. Put the helmet back here. Going in. Let's cut this corner off too also. I might as well cut both of them. No sense me going in there with one of them. Let's go in there with both of them. That would be a mistake on my half to go in with half the material. Hoping and a praying Get that one in there. Turn the welder on. Getting ahead of myself. Playing with the family jewels there. Alrighty. We're down in the between there a little bit. Because I want to tack one. It's nice and tight and right there, that's for sure. We're going to tack it where we can cut it off if we had to. Good. Beautiful. You are, Jolene. Absolutely gorgeous. And thank you for the coffee this morning. Now I'm going to push this one in. Get this one nice and tight. Tight and right. That looks so good that I'd call that piece Jolene. I Jolened it. I'm going to weld the corner. It looks good. Like I said, when you're welding that stuff there and you're welding it in, you want to be sure of yourself, sort of, because it's hard to get back out once you've welded it. It's hard to get it cut off once you've welded it in there, but I'm going for it. Did not check this piece, so hopefully we got the same thing going on. And we do. You can see, or I'm going to, oh, sorry about that, sweetheart. Just talked about that, didn't I? About getting your metal straight. Now, as I look at that, that's a little bit, it's a little bit crooked. It's a little bit crooked. It's got a little bit of a bend to it. Brand new piece. It's got a little bit of a bend to it. Can you see it like this? You see that? I gotta check that again. A little bit. Hey! Good thing he welded that in there. Going to check that again. All right, that's good enough. I'm going to, probably easier to weld the other end. Just knock that off. I want to get that in there tight. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna go, do you want to hold this end or hold that end? Okay, I'm gonna go weld the other end. Jolene's gonna be so kind as to hold that end. Sometimes you need a hand, just like in life, sometimes you need a hand. Beautiful. I'm going to Jolene it. I'm going to Jolene it. I'm going to weld that sucker in there. What's that? I understand that. That's why I feel like just put a spot on it. I noticed that the box was the box metal gets a little deformed. In case I want to cut it. Good. Awesome. Yeah. I'm going to weld it. I'm going to run to the other end, put a little weld on that end. Come on, pick them legs up, Chad. So to me, cutting the 45 in the corners on this square stock, putting that in there was a good idea. The reason I say it was a good idea, because I probably wouldn't have got it in there if it wasn't. I got a better fit. Alrighty. Awesome. Awesome. I'm going to get out and take a look down the square stock on what I've welded onto the box sides. I'm going to take a look. Alrighty. Just want to see if it's straight or not. I have a little bit of this going on. And I know the reason why I have this going on is because when the box sides were bent, they were a little bit, you know, it's a 14 gauge, it's a 90, it's a hard 90 and a 45 up there, kind of going like this a little bit. And I'm okay with it. And the reason I'm going to say that is because the box, the fender itself is going to be on the box side. And you're not going to, you would never visualize any of that. The only place that it would affect is the inside wood that lays on the floor. Like you might have to scribe the side, but let's stop for a second. As I'm saying that, I'm going to fix that with putting a cross member in the center, which will pry that out. That's what I'm going to do. As I was talking about that, thinking that the fender is going to take it away from this side, you never see this bow in. Generally you want to bow out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cross member in from, I'll put it in the center. A 47 will give me 49, because an inch is 49, would be the same as the, so I'm going to have to pry that in there. I got quite lucky on that part, I'm thinking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure back the same on each side and then put a cross member in. And I got lucky because I ordered the square stock at 8 feet long. When I cut a 49, that leaves me a 47, which leaves me a perfect cross member. Lucky, eh? That's 47 right on the money. And that's the one we're going to put in the very middle to try to straighten this bad boy out. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to try to straighten it out. Got a tape measure, got a marker. Now, you can see how much that has to be straightened out, probably a 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to measure it on each side so I know it's in there straight, and then we'll go from there. I generally do this. Got so much going on here in my hands. A tape measure. Helmet's falling down on me. Sometimes. I'm going to just do it same as a house. I'm going to mark that as 32. So you're at 16. 16s, usually put your studs in your house or your whatever you're doing. It's usually 16s. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on this. I'm going to use my 16th measurements. I'm going to put it. I should just mark that one too, I guess. But I think I want to put this one in first. I'm not sure. Thinking. Any chance pass me a hammer, sweetheart? I take that body hammer there, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you very much. My lovely assistant with coffee in her hand this morning, waking me up. Good morning, baby. That's how you straighten the box side out. That's how you do it right there. Beautiful. That's how you straighten it out right there. Let's tack that bad boy in there. Just gonna tack it. And the reason I say I'm gonna tack it so I can cut it out if I have to. Then I grab another one and I'll throw it in the next spot. And I will make mounts as we go. It can be mounted to the top of the chassis if it wanted to be. Yes, it can. But we'll know where our cross members are. We'll just make mounts go to the cross members. I want another. Right on the money. Right on the money. Just gonna knock the edge of that off. What's that? I wasn't good at the hurdles. My legs wouldn't come out that far. No good at the hurdles, Chatty. No good at the hurdles. Alrighty. So I'm on that side of the line. So I gotta make sure that I get both on the right side of the line. That does make a difference. I'm on the wrong side of the line. Come on. I'm going to tack that one because it's right. Because it's right. Right side of the line. I'm going to check this one because I really can't see the line that well. Beautiful. You are, Jolene. Beautiful. Just going to. Just making sure everything's flush all the way around. That's all. Alrighty. Now I'm saying we're ready for probably 2 more, or 1 more for sure. All right. Alrighty. Looks good. Let's make another 16. Got my marker. Tape measure. I didn't go to the worrisome of figuring it out. I just did it. Another one here. And it's nice too, it's got a marked off one for you on the tape measure as you do it. Come on. Come on. Gonna take a look down the. Ooh, that's straightening her out. That's good. That's good. Lovey-dovey all the time. One of these are off a little bit and I'm gonna separate it and put it in there. That one's off a little bit too, so we might have had some, whatever. It is what it is. I'm just gonna tack it in there and be happy with it. Especially if we get a little bit of gap going on. And we call that penetration. Just gonna look down the box side. That looks good straight to me, that's fine. That's fine. And the reason I'm looking down the box side and seeing if it's straight or not is because these two are a little bit shy, and I'm not interested in cutting any more stock just because they're a little bit shy. I can deal with it. I can deal with it. I'm just going to tack it in. Everything, I'm just looking down the side of the box side now. Where that piece is in the center, it seems to be good. So basically what's got to go on here is I got to fill a little bit of a gap in between. I've got probably a 1/4 inch shy, and I'm going to. Are you able to hold that up there, sweetheart? Like hold your hand underneath that, so just kind of hold it flush sort of deal thing, so I can flush this one out. You flush? Beautiful you are. Everybody needs a hand sometimes. I just separate it, you know, give me an 1/8 on either side and deal with it. Gonna take a look. Beautiful. You know what gap does? I want to turn that down, knock that down just a bit. I'll grind it off. I'll grind it off. Up there just a little tiny bit, I'm thinking. That's all right, that was good. Good. I got one more. We're gonna do the exact same thing if you don't mind. Just watch your hand in case there's a sharp spot on it, okay? I don't want to cut her, boys. I don't want to cut her. She might not want to help me anymore. Our line is right. You see our line right there? You see the line right there? Just hold it there if you can. Just gonna. Beautiful. Just gonna see if it's on the line. Good. Tack this one in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a minute, take a look, and see what I got going on. Okay, so this is going to be obviously the floor of the truck. We're down hard in the front on the frame, so it's not going down any further. We have a cross member here that's basically right on the frame. That's good. Back here, we're going to have to maybe do something, maybe right close back here on top of the chassis to the floor of the truck. So what's going to happen is I'm going to connect all this square stock to the side of the box, and I'm probably just going to run a spot weld every 4 inches or whatever around, all the way around. Make sure everything's tight. I'm going to have to wait to get the box off to tighten the headboard back straight to that square stock. But I'm going to go 4 inches all the way around. Wood's going to go on top of it or whatever. Tailgate is going to be swinging. You're going to have a little tiny tailgate. We know the measurement of that. It's called 11.5 because that's what we did. This is going to be sheet metal across here. Tailgate. Wood. It might not, yeah. Wood. I might have to add another piece of square stock back here, and the reason being is I need a piece of square stock to end the wood before the tailgate. I think I want to run the tailgate down to this square stock, and then I'll need another piece of square stock to end the wood off. I can't just put the wood coming across and cut it off and have nothing for it to go down on. I'm just thinking like strapping when you do gyprock, you need something to screw it to. So I need something to ply the wood to. I'm just thinking ahead a little bit. But basically, I've got the box, I leveled it all out, I welded it square, and now I've got all the cross members in it. Now I just have to jump in there and weld it all up, and then we really got something. You can see the distance. You can see the distance here on the side of the wheel where the box side runs down. You can see the distance here. That's fine. That wheel's not going to go up and hit that box side. Not going to hit that box side whatsoever. I couldn't see it. It's not going to be used for something like that. You can see, I might as well show you the whole real deal. You can see how close we are here. We wouldn't want to get much closer there in the back. It still has to have filler on it. Then you can see how close we are up here. So basically we are, running the limit right there, how that fits there. I'm happy with it. The box could come off. I think it would be strong enough to come off now and pick it up. Jolene's not going to be picking it up, I don't think, but it could be picked up off to be dealt with. I have to make some pieces. I have to make the tailgate. I have to make some pieces down here yet. I have to put the running board on the front fenders to run back to see where the fender actually fits the box side. I do not know right now at the present moment. All right, everybody, thanks very much for coming back. We appreciate it. I just go to the 16s because I think the 16s are just basically the number to go by when you stud something up. But I appreciate everybody coming back. Thank you very much. You know where the floor is going. We are putting a truck box on a car chassis. I did not want to change everything there, but thanks for coming back. If you like what I've done, like it, share it, tell your friends to subscribe, comment. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a good one.